to the Cowichan Green community. Welcome to the King Park project. In about, I think it was 2010, the District of North Cowichan removed a pool that used to be in the area right behind me. And the building that housed the lifeguards, the filters, and the bathrooms was left empty in this lot, and it has remained unutilized for the past few years. It's kind of fun working with a building that's already here because, you know, we can't start from scratch and make this master design plan. You have to really look at what you have and work off of that. So it comes with this whole range of challenges, but that's really what prompts people to have to be creative and, you know, just make it work and bring beauty back to it, revitalize it. It'll help to make this space somewhere where people want to come and give energy to. And also to create a building where people feel like they have a community space, where we can offer it out to people if they want to hold workshops or, you know, education seminars, or to be able to host environmental education sort of initiatives in a building.
It's really, you know, taking a space that seemed almost sad, I guess, and creating a place where people are going to feel like, I can't wait to go down.
Well, we're having one of our weekly meetings with our steering committee in Kinsman Neighborhood Community Park. We meet about once a week to go over design and development of the retrofit project we're carrying out here. And after the meeting, a couple of the young men, carpenters, are going to be taking down one of the cinder block walls.
My name's David Stegman, and we just took down the wall here, and what we did was first we assessed that it wasn't a load-bearing wall, so that it was safe to take down. And there's an opening already in the wall, so there's a lintel up across the top that we had to be conscious of, because that could potentially fall on us. And we have a concrete saw here that we fired up and cut 2 straight lines up where the opening already was. And once it was cut there, we used a hose to keep the dust down while we were using protective gear. And then we grabbed our sledgehammers and started knocking out all the pieces below, and we actually started at the top trying to get that lintel down so it didn't fall on us. And eventually we got it down, and it fell directly down, and we attached ropes to it because it was kind of leaning there. We didn't want to hit it close, so we just pulled it right off onto the ground, pulled it outside there, and then just continued bashing away until we got down to the very bottom, and we've created a pile inside of debris that we're going to use later for the foundations. That's the first time taking down a concrete wall, at least. Tiring, a lot of sledgehammering, a lot of lifting rock, but fun.
We were told when we started working in this park that, you know, it wasn't a very safe place to hang out. Years and years ago when the pool was here, families were here, and it was vibrant with energy, and it's taken a turn for the worse in the last couple of years. But every time we're working out here, every day we're out here, I get people coming up to me and thanking me, and thanking the crew who's working here for what we're doing and the energy that we're pouring back in, because they can already see the vibrancy returning.
The whole idea for us too was to also show how you could take a building that's fairly expensive to run. It runs on hydro and traditional ways of creating energy, and we thought, well, what if we could take this building, create a building that was going to be powered with alternative energy sources, make it much more energy efficient, and show people as we go through this process that it's actually simpler than you would imagine.
So a neat alternative energy component was in our cob bench. We ran PEX tube throughout the cob bench and covered up with more cob, and we're going to use that to let the sun heat water, run that hot water through the bench and create a sort of radiant heat coming off the bench.
We'll try to make it as simple as possible, but basically create a thermal siphon effect with the tubing system. Maybe there'll be a pump involved, and just that way you can take whatever heat comes in from the sun, concentrate it in the hydraulic fluid or water, and then disperse it into a large earthen mass, so this will serve as the storage. So therefore, you know, the place is a little bit warmer.
You know, the tube exposed in the cob bench, that wasn't part of a design. It was because we were having a really hard time getting it in the cob bench. And so it was like, oh, wait a second, demonstration, perfect. Like, let's just show people. We also included something that Pat likes to call the truth door. Now, the truth door it's one of the doorways that is no longer going to be used as a door because there's a cob bench on the inside of it. Well, what we did when we knocked down all the cement walls, we took that cinder block and we used it to pile up the frame for the bench. We didn't want to take anything off of this building site. We wanted to be able to reuse as much as we could. So we took all that cinder block, stacked it up for the base of the bench, and then cobbed over top of it. But you can't see that when the cob bench is complete. But you open the door and you can see the stacking of the cinder blocks. Rainwater catchment, we're going to cut out a hole in that wall, have the gutters come in, drain into the barrel, and this will be our rainwater catchment system. We chose to do it indoors so we don't have to drain them over the winter, because we don't have to worry about the water freezing. And then this rainwater goes to the hole to the bathroom, and the rainwater will flush the toilet. That way we're not using potable water to flush toilets, because that's just silly.
This is how our ancestors built pretty much anywhere you go. They were gathering together the local various forms of material, earth and fiber, to create shelter, to be comfortable, to be alive and well in all kinds of different conditions. So it connects with something deeper down inside of us. And
I think it's a great way for us to really express ourselves. I think it's a really cool opportunity for, especially for youth, to get to know what it's like to make, you know, walls and benches out of clay, and you know, we get that freedom to express ourselves on the walls. I mean, I think it'll be more inspiring now for kids to just come here and to be around great people, to be around accepting people, and you know, they can be themselves and just be natural. I definitely am more into community now than I've ever been. See where our hearts take us with this building. It's been so much fun. All the different, I'm doing cobbing for the first time. I've never done this before, and it's so awesome. And I'd love to work more with it.
We're trying to build our social capital. We're trying to build our community relationships with each other.
This building isn't about any one person in particular. It's about a whole community coming together to achieve something.